Hi guys, welcome to another video. I'm going to tell you 10 reasons to stop buying all of this luxury. Why do we do it? There are 10 very valid reasons why you should be saying no. So keep watching, and also keep watching for later because you'll find out if I am going to take my own advice. Let's get going. So you shouldn't need 10 reasons to stop buying something. You only need one reason, don't you? However, when I was thinking about all the different things surrounding luxury, I came up with 10 different reasons why it's not a good idea to buy luxury anymore. So I thought I'd let you guys know, and yeah, wait for later because you will find out my thoughts on this. So let's get going with the first reason. So reason number one is the price. The prices have gone absolutely crazy. There's been price increases across the board. Chanel are having price increases, it feels like every 2 minutes. And they're not insignificant price increases either. They are 10, 15, 17, 20% sometimes each time. It's multiple times a year. Dior have just had a price increase. Louis Vuitton had a price increase not that long ago. Honestly, so the Capucines now are 5,000-6,000. A new LV bag, the Go 14, has just come out, and the medium size one, which is one I've been waiting for it to come out since I saw it on the runway, £5,750. So that's Louis Vuitton. Dior, the Lady Dior has now had a massive price increase. That's, I think even the mini's 4,800. And the small size is 5,000, and then it goes upwards from there. And that's not the limited edition ones, the arty ones, anything like that. These are purely the leather canage ones. And then the 9522 bags come out. Yeah, and there's a price increase on that one since it came out at the end. I think it was at the end of last year or in autumn last year. There's been a price increase already on that one. They're 5,000 something. Oh, the prices, they're just insane. Reason number two, resale value. If you are somebody who always wants to know or think that they can sell a bag should they need to or want to, if that is a consideration for you, then all the price increases, you would think maybe in an economic world that it would allow on the resale value you to at least get your money back or even make some money, because yeah, the new ones are just higher and higher and higher in price. However, it's not the case. It is not the case. You do not get the money back on most bags, so they are not an investment. I have a whole video on this, go watch that one. However, yeah, the resale value is not what you think it should be. So I sold 2 bags recently, my Chanel Trendy and the Dior Lady Dior, and I made a loss on both of those. I'd had both of them for a little while. The Lady Dior was a lot older, I'd hardly used it. It had tiny signs of wear and tear. Other than that, it was beautiful. And if you think that bag is now 5,000, is it about 5,300 or 5,000? It's over 5,000 anyway for that size, and I got just less than 2,000 I think for it. Beautiful condition. Anyway, they don't hold their value, they just don't. So if you're buying luxury in order to, as an investment or to at least get some of your money back, you don't always. So the resale value is not what you think it is. It may be that there are so many companies now, it's a massive industry compared to what it used to be when people just used to sell on eBay and things like that. Now there's a whole industry of resellers and consignment stores for this very purpose. So people are flooding the market because they feel like they're gonna, make some money, and you're not. You're either paying these companies quite a large amount of commission, or you're having to sort it and try and sell it yourself, which is really hassly and full of risks and everything. So yeah, people are flooding the market with stock. So yeah, they just don't hold the value. So it's a good reason. Don't bother buying luxury when you're not going to get your money back. The third third reason is they're not as exclusive as they used to be. Now this can be seen as a good thing or a bad thing. On this list it's a bad thing, but it could be a good thing. For some people it's great that they are more readily available. There is more stock. There is, if you want to buy a Lady Dior, you can go in and buy a Lady Dior. You don't have to go on a wait list. You're not you don't need to be an amazing VIP customer, etc, etc. So it can be good news, but it's also for luxury lovers who want that exclusivity because they're paying such a lot for these things, and then the stock is just available. I think Dale and Meredith have mentioned this on their channels, and maybe Connor as well. I think you've all mentioned this, that Fendi, they bring out an item as if it's an exclusive one and you have to pay for it up front and it's gonna arrive and it's so exclusive, and then they just send it on general release. So you've paid your money 6 months before. They've had your money for 6 months for this very exclusive bag that's going to come out, and then they just flood the market with it. So yeah, it's not as exclusive as it used to be. Number 4, a reason not to buy luxury is on some items it is so exclusive you can't get your hands on them. So yes, Hermes, you have to play the Hermes game. I've never played that game and I've been very, very fortunate. However, a lot of people do find they do have to play the game, or they are just not able to ever get a Hermes bag. So for people who have saved up their hard-earned money and they just want to go and buy a certain bag, and if you are not a massive VIP and able to spend that amount of money, then how are you ever going to get your hands on one of these bags? And why shouldn't you be able to? Your money is just as good as somebody else's. So it's a definite reason for me that puts me off, where I think I can't just buy the bag that I want. Number 5, whenever you buy a luxury bag, you have to be so conscious about security. I don't know if you're anything like me, but I always have to think where I'm going, what I'm doing, what's going to happen, because certain bags I don't want to draw attention to myself. I don't want to run the risk of being a target for thieves. You hear all these horror stories about people, I don't know, just on the street grabbing your bag or targeting you or targeting your home and all of that type of thing. So a reason to stop buying luxury is, yeah, it's not a target. If you don't have these things, you're not going to be a target. Number 6, following on from that, I also have to think where I'm going, what I'm doing, as to be very, very careful with my bags and be precious about my bags. I have to think, where am I going? Is it going to be rainy? Is it going to be, so I'm always thinking about the weather. I'm thinking about where I'm actually going and whether I have to put my bag down. Things like that. If I'm going somewhere where I'm going to be out and about for a while and I don't want to be out in the rain, get rain on my bag. I don't want to go somewhere where I have to put it on the floor. I'm always thinking about being careful with it and looking after it. And sometimes it's just annoying that you have to have that forethought of where you're going. It's just a bag. You should be able to just take it and use it whenever you like. Number 7, quality issues. Quality issues of these luxury brands that we have paid a fortune for, and the quality isn't there. Why on earth are we paying this amount of money when there are quality issues? I've done a whole video on the Monogram. Now I love that bag and I love Louis Vuitton. I'm not bashing Louis Vuitton at all, but please go watch my video, which I will stick up there somewhere. But that bag is my second Monogram East West Pochette Matisse, because the first one had quality issues. So go watch that. And I'm not bashing anybody, but what I am saying is that the quality isn't there. I have had a huge issue with Chanel as well. I just think the quality of the lambskin of Chanel is not there, in my own opinion. I don't have a massive experience of lambskin, but the 2 pieces that I have bought from Chanel have not been great. They just haven't. So yeah, for me it's get the quality right. You are paying not only for the brand, you are paying for the quality, the design, the style of these items. Make sure the quality is there. And how have these things got past quality control? Do they just think that we'll just pay it and we won't say anything? Come on, guys, get your act together with it. Number 8, cost per wear. Now this harps back to the price, but it's not just the price, it's the fact that, are these things actually worth it? Just think what else you can do with that amount of money. So that is a good reason to not buy luxury anymore. Use the money that you were going to buy that certain bag with and go on holiday with it, or put it in savings, who knew, or do something good with it. I don't know, give it to charity, whatever you want to do with it, but just think what else you can do with that amount of money. I do think we all get caught up in this bubble of, and I said this in my price increase video, that we sort of feel like, oh, it doesn't, oh, 2,000 for that bag, oh, that's quite reasonable. It's not reasonable, it's £2,000, and the cost per wear of that is gonna take you your entire life to use that bag every day for it to suddenly be worth it. And I know if it's worth it to you, it's worth it, and that's it. However, just think what else you can do with that money. Number 9, the brand and the brand image. Now, I'm just going to talk about Balenciaga very briefly on this because it's a very good example. So we go out and somebody may buy a Balenciaga bag. I've got a Balenciaga jumper which I adore. It's a black chunky one and it's got the Balenciaga in like a hot pink all the way through it. Cost me a fortune. I love it. I love wearing it. I can't wear it anymore because society tells us that it's not okay to follow that brand. Now we can either follow our own judgment on that, of course we can. We can believe that the brand has made a mistake, it's tried to put it right and we all move on, or we make a stand and we say that is not okay and it's not okay. But what do we want to happen to the brand? Do we want the brand to fold? Do we want it to go in punishment for this mistake, or are we willing to let it go and move on? I don't know, I'm not here to talk about that, but what I'm saying is that if you invest in a luxury brand and then something happens that you have no idea is going to happen in the future, and then you've got these bags or these items that you can't wear anymore because the brand has gone and done something that is either against your views and you're not aligned with their morals or that type of thing, or you're perceived judgment wise that even if you don't agree with the masses, you're judged for wearing that brand. So yeah, when you've invested in this brand, you're investing in everything that goes with the brand, and there could be a time when you're not allowed to use your items anymore, or you're not willing to use your items anymore because of how you feel about the brand and what's changed. So it's a lot of money to throw down the drain, it really is. So we have to be very careful who we invest in and why. And number 10, and this harps back to me deciding where I'm going, what I'm doing, and which bag I will take or won't take. And it's judgment. It's judgment of others. Sometimes I feel like I can't take a bag with me to a certain thing because I know I'm going to get the comments, or I'm going to get the judgment, or I'm going to get the look. I just know. And sometimes I put my big brave girl pants on and I think, no, I'm going to use that bag because I want to and I like it and I've worked hard to save the money to buy that bag. So why should I let somebody else change what I do? Sometimes I'm going to do that, and other times I just can't be bothered. I just cannot face the judgment and the comments and everything else, in which case I then shy away from using it. So if I don't buy any of these items, I don't need to deal with the judgment, do I? And I know you're going to scream at the screen saying, absolutely do not let somebody else tell you what to buy, what to use, what to spend your money on. However, it's always a consideration. It's always got into my head how other people feel about me. So that leads us straight onto the fact of, will I take any of the advice of those 10 things? No, I won't. I won't, because I could go through all of them and give you a counter argument, and that is the point. And there will be another video coming on this because of course there's going to be. But yeah, I'm not going to let somebody else's judgment tell me what what I should and shouldn't use. I used to, but not anymore, not anymore. Price, I can choose. Anyway, there's a whole video coming on the counter arguments of all of them. However, no, I'm not taking that advice. I will choose what I want to buy when I want to buy. And sometimes I'll buy luxury and sometimes I won't. And sometimes I'll spend a lot of money and sometimes I won't. And that is my choice. So I'm not saying to anybody, don't buy luxury or it's a bad idea to, but I just thought it was a fun thing to think about. There's 10 reasons that just came straight to my head as to why not. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Other than that, I will see you in another one. And I will also put my latest video here. Go have a look at that one. And if you would like to subscribe, you know what to do. I would be eternally grateful. But other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you on another one.